Yes, my people, you know, so we are going to record the cutting edge in the night, yeah. So you know what to do. Do the right thing. Share to your grandmother, your grandfather, your loved ones in the yard, the cat and the dog, yard and bro.
One Uptown TV. Yo, enough there, me I represent. Da, 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 da. Bang.
In Jamaica and on the cutting edge. And of course, you don't know, so when Muta is not here, sometimes it's me that also hold the fort. And it's also a great pleasure to do it. So I want to say enough respect to all those who are with us tonight. Of course, Shane is the man that is the technical broadcast technician tonight. So the both of us keeping your company out there in Raiderland tonight. Seeing my people. So it's good to be here once again, you know. Yes, man. So, you know, we start off with Africa Unite because that is a very important rallying cry for we black people. You don't know. Because, boy, years we ball in Africa Unite and, boy, it's like so we still can't get it right. With all what is happening in the world, you know, when we look at the international news and we see the wars, and we see the white man war, and we see what going on with America, and we see what going on over Ukraine, and we see what going on over Palestine and Israel. And it's like, say, we just always, as black people, caught up in them thing that when we're not uniting. No care Bob Marley and Nelson Mandela and El Selassie and Marcus Garvey and Kwame and Crewman. The list goes on, begging us to unite. It's like, say, boy, we're just so lackadaisical as a people. Malcolm X said, the day when most black people decide, say, we are going to unite, tomorrow morning, we'll have a race that will control the world, as was in the days of yore. Because history is a guidepost by which we are guided into the true course of life. And if you check with history, you know, say, black people, we as a people one time, we were the rulers of this world. You know, as Bob Marley say, Africa awaited creators. And Africa awaiting its creators does not mean the people moved up on the continent. But we talk about diaspora as well. Pan-Africaners, the Pan-Africanists as well. You know? Because what is happening in the world right now, if we continue to be disunited, then we'll just continue to be lagging behind. Seeing, I don't know, this is Marcus Garvey week again. And of course, all roads will be leading to IRFM come Sunday. Yeah, man. The Mwalimu Marcus Messiah Garvey. Yeah. And of course, it's going to be another special day down there at the Great House at IRFM. And of course, tonight's program, you know, we're going to feature Garvey a lot tonight. You don't know, through music and through talk and through inspiration and through, you know, just the regular discussions that, you know, the philosophies of Marcus Garvey, which will be featured heavily tonight. And of course, tomorrow I'm going to sit in as well on the Stepping Razor. So you don't know, that's a different perspective as well. But you don't know, it's all about the cutting edge tonight. The saw, yeah man, the tradition of Irie FM, you know, opening the eyes of ones and ones, you know. I want to say big up to all the people who is with Irie FM tonight. Tune in. We're talking about the whole heap of workers them working tonight with them radio lock. Of course, a lot of them tuning in to listen to Motor, but it's I hold the fort tonight still, you know. So you don't know. It's all about keeping your company with the same consciousness that is required. High level consciousness. Seeing my peeps? Yeah, man. So big up all the people them down a town right now too, you know, down a market. Yeah, man, the people who have them radio. Lock pan IRFM. Yeah, man. All of the markets them, you don't know, people are asleep overnight. You know, for catch that Thursday sale when the food fresh. Coming from country, from St. Elizabeth and from St. Mary. Yeah, man, you go town tomorrow, man, you catch the fresh food them, the fresh tomato and the fresh scallion and thyme and pineapple, Irish potato, yeah man, sweet potato, carrots, everything fresh down the market tomorrow, you know. Yeah man, it's a good day to shop at market, man. I don't know, say a lot of the people them in tune to IRFM. West Kingston, especially that side there. Yeah man, over that side there. Darling Street, yeah man. Yeah man, bless up on yourself. Seeing North Street down that side there. Yeah. The whole of downtown, you know, from Tex Lane come right back. Eastern Street, Charles Street, yeah. North Street, Rallington Town, yeah. Ray Town, South Side, Gold Street and Rosemary Lane and Mark Lane and them lane there. Wildman Street. Yeah, man. We don't know, so I'm going to keep it locked on IRFM. See it? So, it's good to be here. As I say, you don't know the kind of season we're in Jamaica right now. You know, say it's the election season. So, you don't know, say, it's all about the excitement as Jamaica prepares to go to the polls in another couple of weeks to choose if they're going to continue with what is present. Are they going into a new direction? Yeah, man. Right now, it's just any man's game right now. And the people will speak. The people will speak with them vote come September 3. So very interesting times in Jamaica right now. Yeah, man. It's always a time when, you know, some people lose them head. Some people have all sort of things to say. But then again, it's all about the direction of Jamaica, which is very important from an administration, political point of view, which is the most important thing. So, as I said, tonight is a Garvey program, you know. You don't know, so me a whole Garvey, you know, from them time until now. Seeing? And of course, we will be representing to the best of our abilities tonight. So, we are up on a break. So Shane, take it away. And we're back after these few commercials, which is DJ commercial. Edge, yeah man, the same show with the Saw. Yes man, the cutting edge. You don't know, it's Marcus Garvey week. And as I say, all roads will be leading to IRFM come Sunday for annual tribute to Mwalimu Marcus Mosiah Garvey, a.k.a. Daddy Marcus, the father of black nationalism, teaches the relevance of organizing as a people straight out of St. Ann, left Comma Kingston, and became one of the most seminal figures in the early 20th century. Anyway in the world. Yeah, man. For real. So, we continue the program, you know. You don't know, it's a program that is filled with DJ commercial and them thing. So we have Hero Menelek, a.k.a. Yeah, man. We have Hero Menelek, a.k.a. Horace Matthews. We call him Racy. He joins us now. Greetings, Racy. How you doing, man?
Greetings and blessings, man. One black love.
Straight. Remember back in the days when we used to up and down at the Marcus Garvey business.
Yes, I.
For real. Shane, may I hear an echo somewhere along the line. I don't know if we can fix it, but we have Horace Matthews, a.k.a. Hero Menelek. Yeah, man, and of course, he's High Commissioner for the UNIA, ACL in Jamaica, also Vice President of the People's Political Party. And there's where I want to talk, you know, Race, because a lot of persons in this dispensation, they are not aware that Marcus Garvey formed actually the very first political party in Jamaica. And of course, that was a time when the whole system was against black people in Jamaica, and especially him. And he formed the People's Political Party. So, in reflection, just paint a picture as to, you would say, the reasons why Marcus Garvey would have formed the People's Political Party back in 1928 at the time.
Give thanks. The whole thing about the black people's struggle was that everywhere that the Honorable Marcus Garvey went, black people was always at the bottom of the ladder. In Jamaica, the same thing. When he went into South America, same thing. When he went to England, the same thing. So he decided in his mind that he would want to form the black man's government so he could have the black statesmen, the kings, the queens, the presidents, the army, everything. And he started out when he was on the ship coming back to Jamaica from England. And he formulated that he would start the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League. That was the startup to create the black man's government, the world government. And the political party, the People's Political Party, started in 1929 when he came forward to Jamaica after he was deported, and he realized that the black man still had no say, the black man had no land. He kept a meeting at Crossroads, right at Oxford Road corner and Old Hope Road. And he said, why is it that one white man have 5,000 acres of land and 5,000 black people have no land? We had no say. And this is why he said, well, I have to bring some sense of government and control to the black man. But he would have to do it through the political system. And this is why he started the People's Political Party, to create that government structure that would rise and control and have the black man moving to the top of the ladder from being at the bottom of the ladder for so long.
And that would have been a critical move in Jamaica at the time, a move that no doubt would have shook up the authorities of the day. And of course, you'd have gotten a lot of fight. Talk to us about those fights that he got, trying to be that person, the politician for black people at the time in Jamaica.
Well, the fight started from he was deported and came to Jamaica. And he realized that even a lot of black people was still loyal to the crown, still loyal to the British. And he realized that he had to get some loyal soldiers amongst them. And he went out and he handpicked some of the UNIA members that were here. Because you see, what had happened also, the UNIA was split in two in 1925 when he was in jail in America. They voted in. The FBI helped them to vote in a new president general, even though Marcus Garvey was the president general. And when Marcus Garvey was deported in 1927 and came to Jamaica, he pleaded with them and said, listen, you cannot have two president general. I am the president general. But the traitors would not have any of it, and they did not allow Marcus Garvey to be the one president general of the UNIA. So for 2 years, the Honorable Marcus Garvey pleaded with them. And after the 2 years transpired and it reached into 1929 when the convention of the UNIA was coming up, the Honorable Marcus Garvey decided to re-register the UNIA in Jamaica. So the UNIA first that was registered in America was the UNIA Incorporated. And the Honorable Marcus Garvey said, well, they have a president general that they are pushing upon the people, which is a false president general. I, Marcus Garvey, will now re-register the UNIA in Jamaica. And he re-registered it, the UNIA and ACL, the 1929 of the world. So when he registered it, it was just with the same year, 1929, when he started the political arm of the UNIA, which would have been the PPP. So in Jamaica, he had a lot of fight. And when he realized that the struggle would have to be right across the length and breadth, he did a tour of the whole island. And I must remind our listeners also that we have... Did I get cut off?
No, man, you're here, man.
Okay, I'm online. Right. So in all that, when he put his soldiers together and decided, yes, because land was an essential part of the whole thing. So he put the People's Political Party agenda together and started the manifesto to create now that he would go in and seek a space in the governance of Jamaica. But the political manifesto had a plank in it, plank number 10, which was to impeach any judge that dealt unfairly with people. So they went into court and charged him for libel, seditious libel. And for that, he was sent to prison. But while in prison, his loyal subjects still rallied around him and spread the word. So by the time they had the local government elections, Marcus Garvey won and was elected to the KSAC. It's the KSAMC now. So he was elected officially. And they still try to fight against him. Because when he went to jail, they draw a certain clause that while he was there, he was not attending the meetings of the KSAC. And there's a clause, if you don't attend 3 meetings, you would be relegated from your position.
Yes.
So they took away the position. But when Marcus Garvey came out of jail, right in time for the elections again, he won the election again.
And that was for which seat? The Almontown division, right?
Right, the Almontown division. And we are still trying to get these governments to name Almontown, that main street there, Great George Street. We want them to name it Marcus Garvey Street. Because these are things that we are saying, this man must be honored. He is an international hero because he has inspired all of your freedom fighters, all of your Pan-Africanists. Always say, I was inspired by Marcus Garvey.
Yes, and he would have come in contact with people like Norman Manley and Bustamante in his political activities, right?
Yes. But St. William Grant, no, not St. William Grant Park, he was a member of the UNIA. And when he put up, all poor people used to run Park, when he would go out and talk about the glory of the UNIA. And this is how Bustamante came on the scene through St. William Grant, gave him a little talk on the podium one day. And he resonated with the people, and the people cheered him on. So eventually, when he started the JLP. He got a lot of support from the man on the ground.
Yes.
But Mr. Garvey was always there. But they have always been afraid of Mr. Garvey, because even one of our Governor General, Florizel Glasspool, he talked it in Parliament that we must never allow the PPP to form the government of Jamaica. So both of them, PNP and JLP, used to fight against the Honorable Marcus Garvey. But I remember while I was in town, living in Kingston, the red, black, and green that they talk about as the colors of the UNIA, the red, the black, and the green. One of the followers of the UNIA, early member of the UNIA, always told me that the vision of Marcus Garvey, why he chose the red, black, and green, and in the sequence that he chose it, he said the red represent the PNP, and the green represent the JLP, and the black is in the middle, that both of them have condoned and condemned black people. And this is why the black is in the middle, the red at the top, and the green at the bottom. They have always kept black people separated. And even if you see what is happening today, it is as if it is prophecy that both of them keep black people separated.
Yeah. You spoke earlier about the manifesto. And I remember I used to see that manifesto. And in that manifesto, you spoke about plank 10, but there were a number of planks that were, I mean, if you look at it, you can say some of them manifesto, some of those planks could still be relevant in this time. And I remember some of them were very, very modern in terms of the whole thinking behind it. You want to shed some light on his original manifesto, because it's the in thing now. You know, it's politics time in Jamaica, and we hear them talking about for them manifesto now, the PNP and the GLP. But he had a manifesto that really resonated, or would have still resonated this time.
Very much so. Because even when you look at the 8-hour work day, that was the original thought and focus of the Honorable Marcus Garvey. Because in those days, remember, black people was working an average of 16 hours per day. 16 hours, some go 20 hours. And the Honorable Marcus Garvey put that in the manifesto. The raising up of polytechnic universities for the people. And how he looked at it, you know, he said, you don't want one like how you have UWI up at Mona. He said every parish should have a polytechnic university that they could train all who were so inclined. Because, you know, some people don't have the brain education, the knowledge in certain things. But they could use their hands well. So, and you know, Marcus Garvey Jr., he actually perfected solar energy from way back in the 60s, but a lot of people don't know that. Solar energy, because science was a big part of Garvey's thing. Mr. Garvey said, any nation that controls science and technology is the nation that will rule the world. And if you see what is happening today.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Hasfal, holding the fort for Muta tonight. We're speaking with Heru Menelek, a.k.a. Resi. And, man, we're discussing, you know, Marcus Garvey's political activities in Jamaica. We spoke about the manifesto. Is there any fundamental difference between then and now in terms of, you know, what Garvey was trying to do politically in Jamaica?
Not at all. And if I remind you that I spoke earlier about the landlessness of black people. When we got that emancipation period, 1834, black people didn't get any land. Black people did not get any compensation. The whites got 20 million pounds from the crown to, as they say, to compensate them for the loss of their laborers.
All right.
20 million pounds. And they got land, all the land that they needed to cultivate. Black people got nothing. Mr. Garvey addressed land very seriously because land is the foundation of all wealth. Whether you're going to build a house and rent it out, whether you're going to have agricultural farms on it to feed yourself and make money from commercial activity? Or are you going to build buildings on it to commit them to trading? So land is the foundation, and Mr. Garvey realized that we must have land. So let us look at the whole process now. These white barons got 20 million pounds. It is showing you intergenerational wealth that come out of that 20 million pounds that is existing up to today. When we look at Barclays Bank, Barclays became NCB. NCB is our largest banking institution today. Mm-hmm. It came out of that because some of the barons that got that 20 million pounds started Barclays Bank. Mm. So that created the intergenerational wealth. But our people, we got nothing. So we inherited intergenerational poverty that exists up to today. So land is a very serious problem today. I ask the government, because we are in this whole republic thing now that we're changing and coming republic. When I went to one of the forums and I said to them, all that land that is now known as crown land, when we don't have the crown anymore, what are you going to do with that land? And none of them would answer me or could answer me. They didn't think of it. They said, well, we have to go back to the drawing board and get back to you on that one. And they had 4 lawyers on the podium. None of them could answer. Because that land that we keep calling crown land is the people's land that we should have gotten from 1834. So they have kept that land within them to create intergenerational wealth for them, while black people have gone through a stage of intergenerational poverty, one generation to the next generation. So that is one of the things that we have to change. Land, we are starting an association known as Land for the Landless. And we will come out, I want to tell you about a title known as the allodial title. This title existed before the feudal title. Because remember, Jamaica was in the hands of the Spanish up to 1655. Right.
Yes.
And when England came in the picture, they brought in feudal titles and took over the land. And there's something that we have to take to the International Court of Justice. Because remember, Oliver Cromwell was the man who came, was the war soldier who came and had the war with the Spanish. But when Oliver Cromwell went back to England, he was disgraced. He was sent to prison. And they said they didn't want nothing to do with Oliver Cromwell. So if you didn't want anything to do with Oliver Cromwell, why did you take the land that he said he has now possessed the land in the name of England? So we need to take that to the International Court of Justice to get some clarification on it. How could England own Jamaica? Legally, because, we're taking it to them legally in their own law. Because their own law recognizes the title known as the allodial title. And a person who owns an allodial title, the crown has nothing to do with that person. You don't pay no tax to no crown, you don't pay no rent. You are the owner of that. So you can look up that one, the allodial title that our people had before the crown came.
So land remains that critical issue in which if Marcus Garvey was around, he would have still been pressing forward, and so that's still a major issue. Is there anything else that still exists that Marcus Garvey really would have been speaking about?
Very much so. remember the name of the association was the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League. Now, why did Marcus Garvey name the association the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League? Now, the Negro is the black man, the African is the black man. So why did he name it that way? Now, let us look at the name again. The Universal Negro Improvement Association. So the Negro needed to be improved because Marcus Garvey knew that we were not Negroes. We were Africans. But the Negro needed to be improved, to be educated, to know that you are an African. And when you became an African, you are accepted in the African Communities League. So that was one main thing, that your African identity must be established. And with that, the name, we should go and change our names, because when you still hold the name of your slave master, you are still a slave to him. And you are still paying homage to him. How do you still pay homage to him? Because the name is registered in England and it forms a part of the bond issue that they have. If you look on our birth certificates, the birth certificate have some numbers on it. It has the serial number at the top. It has the other number that tells you that you were born in Kingston or St. Thomas or wherever. But at the bottom of the birth certificate, there's a set of numbers. That is your stock number, that you are still a stock of the British Crown. This is one of the things that I had to change my name. This is why I don't go by the name that I was baptized with. I went through the process of deed poll and rename myself with three Africans' name, Heru, Aishaka, Musa, Menelek. So I don't appear on their stock sheet anymore.
Right.
And this is one of the things that we have to do. Before the Honorable Marcus Garvey Jr. passed off, we spoke about it, and he said, ensure that every black Jamaican change their name and get their African name. We must not continue to carry on the ills of our past, that you had to take the name of the white man. And the next thing that we have to look on, when they say your surname, I had to fight the Registrar General Department to change my tree name. What they do, they allow you to change your two Christian name. And you cannot officially change your third name, which is your surname. But when you look at the word surname, S-U-R-N-A-M-E, but the pronunciation is S-I-R, sir, because you have the name of the sir of the plantation that you were on.
Okay.
That is how they labeled you and gave you those names. You had the name of the sir. So, Sir William, you got the name William. Sir McIntyre, you got the name McIntyre. You got the name of the sir of the plantation. So these are things that I have challenged in the Registrar General Department, because a lot of people don't even realize the head of the Registrar General Department is not the Registrar General. The head of the Registrar General Department is the Chief Justice of Jamaica, the Chief Legal Officer that still serves the Queen, the King now.
Yeah. So for persons interested in deep polling, what's the process like? Is it a difficult one? It takes long. You face challenges.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Because I'm certain that a lot of persons.
Registrar General Department, and they give you the form, and you get a justice of the peace to sign the form with the names that you are going to use, and take it back to them and pay your $2,500. As simple as that. But they don't let people know these things. I had to go there and find out. Even though they took me around the mulberry bush. But I eventually got the information and did it officially.
So that's a challenge. Even though they don't make, it's still a little challenge. What do you say?
No. I said I actually dealt with the Chief Justice, So the Chief Justice has opened the door now and said it is legal to do it now.
Oh.
Before they tried to take you around the mulberry bush. But as I said, I challenged it and it took me a couple of years, but eventually the door is open. Everyone who wants to change their name now can just go there, get the form, get the justice of the peace to sign it, put your names on the form, take it back with 2,500, and that is it. Your name is changed, and you're no longer under the British bond system.
Okay, all right. So for persons interested, we just got some knowledge there from Hero Menelik. Pleasure speaking with you as usual,
Every time.
Learned a lot, and of course, we'll be having more of these, talk from time to time because we need to continue to let persons know about this great, great Jamaican, what he did for us all, and how he continues to inspire us in this day. So bless yourself, Menelik.
Give thanks, my brother. Before I part, can I just tell you that the UNIA, we are starting farms all over Jamaica, and we are naming the farms Liberty Farm because we have to start to feed ourselves because too much GMO food and synthetic things that is affecting your health. So remember, we're starting farms. We want one in it. We have two so far. We have one in St. Catherine and one in St. Thomas. So we need a couple more spaces. Anybody have land can donate. We will come and we will cultivate the farms. Give thanks.
All right, very interesting. All right, we can talk more about that shortly from now. All right, bless up yourself, Menelik.
One love.
All right, so this is...
You guys took a chance, and today's day has maintained.
The honor that he is getting is really deserving. And as you heard, moves are being made to rename Great Draw Street down in Almantown after Marcus Garvey, which I think would be a supreme honor for that, being in mind that he represented that division as a councillor in Jamaica back in the day in the local government elections and representation and so on. Seeing? So to say we're featuring Marcus Garvey tonight, And Marcus Garvey have a couple of genuine, authentic recordings of him. We're talking about his voice, his actual voice. Here is one of them.
Fellow members of the Negro race, I have to thank you for I have been absent from this country for 5 months, being away in the West Indies and the Central America, traveling in the interest of the movement I represent as its President General. During my absence from America, I had occasion to observe with a great degree of disgust how narrow-minded the so-called leaders of the Negro race are. In that, immediately after I took my departure from the country, the men who are supposed to represent and lead Negro thought in America endeavored to misrepresent me to the government of these United States by charging me therefrom to the various consular officers outside of the country representing the government not to give them my passport for return to this country. I had ultimately to appeal to the good services of the Honorable Charles Evans Hughes, Secretary of State, whom I believe represents the Constitution. I explained to him the situation, and he immediately gave instructions that my passport be visited for a return to the United States of America. This action of his defeated the misrepresentation made by the enemies of my organization and by the enemies of the Negro race to prevent my return to my sphere of labor. With all the embarrassment, I am once more in the United States of America, and it is for me to avow not only my loyalty to the Constitution, laws, and government of the United States, but also about that loyalty that is characteristic of the members of the Universal Negro Improvement Association to government. The Universal Negro Improvement Association teaches its members everywhere to be loyal to government. but at the same time to be loyal to the great race of which we are members. As an organization, we desire our educational, industrial, social, and political advancement. Because of this desire, we are loyal to ourselves and to our constitution.
The time on
Garvey.
This is a souvenir recording in memory of the the black and green. A dance to victory, let Africa be free. A dance to beat the foe. A dance to beat the foe. With the might of the red, the black and the green. With the might of the red, the black and the green. The body of Marcus Garvey slumbers, but his immortal spirit, like a mighty dynamo, vital, alive, ennobling, still inspires his people along the path to human dignity, racial pride, and national sovereignty, the ideals for which he fought, lived, and died. Shine on eternal light to greater soul of this day. Dispel the loneliness of night and drive all doubts away. Follow me, eyes prevail. When the war and strife shall cease, to appear, that was the processional hymn. Time marches on, death rends asunder the filial bond that links the human heart. Life's drama folds and refolds, and the melody of the immortal greats and their accomplishments linger on. Listen to the spiritual self of the immortal Marcus Garvey in poetry, in song, and in music. The memory of a people is best portrayed. Awaken, the morning is at hand. No more art thou forsaken, O bounteous motherland. Far from thy sons and daughters are hastening back to thee. Wings on the waters, that Africa shall be free. A land of tropic splendor, of bright blue skies above, to thee our best we tender, O land of light and love. Someday you'll know thy story, we'll drink thy cup of faith, revive thine ancient glory, and bring the gods to earth. Oh, give and gentlemen, who was Marcus Garvey? Who was this man whom Bishop Ranson of the AME Church called the mightiest prophet of the age? Who was this man of whom the erudite James Weldon Johnson once said, he had the daring and energy of the Napoleonic personality that draws masses of followers. He stirred the imagination of the masses as no other leader ever had. In the course of time, this man, Garvey, brushed aside the Goliaths of the first independent nation in the Caribbean, and he became Jamaica's first national hero. Who was Marcus Garvey? Marcus Messiah Garvey was a man earthbent for the eternal search of oneness with the universe. He was born at sunrise in the beautiful garden parish of St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies, on the 17th day of August, 1887, near the falls of the roaring river, where he grew with nature and drank much of her inspiration. He was of humble birth and was the 8th child of Sarah and Marcus Messiah Garvey Sr. Garvey was born in an atmosphere of prophecy. When his father first saw him, so close a resemblance did he bear him. He was overcome with joy, and he lifted him up in his arms and cried out, your name shall be Messiah, and you shall someday be a Moses. There was nothing in the drab lamplit setting in which Garvey stood to speak in his native St. Anne that night in October 1914, which gave the slightest flicker of the shape of things to come. No one present, not even Garvey himself, believed that the stern-faced man standing so nervously before him in Jamaica would someday hold a star aloft and urge millions to gaze on it and follow him. Marcus Garvey set out on the lonely trail of smashing many of the preconceived ideas which made the black man inferior in his thinking, such as to believe that he was belonging to a vicious and predestined evil race, that God and the angels were white, that he, the black man, personified the devil, who was reputedly black, that he was the likeness of black magic and misfortune, the son of Ham, a hewer of wood and drawer of water, and that all the creation of the dominant white civilization, calculated to foster the concept of white supremacy, was ordained by God. Garvey was an angry man. He smote his chest and demanded to know the author of the scurrilous wicked forgery 4,000 years after Noah had gone to his grave in peace. When he spoke in Madison Square Garden, he served notice on all the nations squatting in Africa to get out before the wrath of 400 million black men, women, and children hurled them into the sea. Arising from obscurity, Garvey's never-to-be-forgotten oratory took him to the very apex of fame. Millions unquestionably followed him. Such were the conditions of his people bowed down with inferiority complex for hundreds of years that Garvey visibly touched to tears and compassion in the deliverance of his message, emphatically thundered, up, ye mighty race! You can accomplish what you will. The black man of yesterday has disappeared from the stage of human activities forever, and in his place stands a new man, erect, conscious of his manhood and rights, and fully determined to preserve himself at all costs. Marcus Garvey, in his finest hour in Liberty Hall, New York, in the 1920s, addressing the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League, said so many things applicable to the conditions of today. To read the world's history of races written by some writers gives the impression that the black man amounted to nothing in the creation. We are satisfied, however, to know that our race gave the first great civilization to the world. For centuries, our ancestral home was the seat of learning, and here black men who were fit for the gods were philosophers, scientists, artists, and men of vision and leadership. On the other hand, our traducers were groping in darkness and continental barbarism. Black men, you were once great, and you will be great again. Great men have come out of Egypt, out of Ethiopia, out of Africa, Sahara. Great men will come out of America, the West Indies, and the islands of the seas. Our history is as great as that of any race or people, and nothing on this side of heaven or hell will make us deny it, notwithstanding the false treaties, essays, speculation, and philosophies. Their arrogance is but skin deep, and an assumption that has no foundation in morals nor law. When we were embracing the sciences on the banks of the Nile, when our civilization had reached the noonday of progress, their ancestors were still running naked and sleeping in holes with bats, rats, and other animals. Garvey's messianic message to the groping millions of his race would surely bring him to Golgotha. His leadership would emancipate millions from the shackles of mental and moral servitude. It was the great gulf, it was the violent contrast between the upper and middle classes and the people of his race, which made the first telling impact on the mind of the youthful Garvey. Illiteracy and grinding poverty were the two decisive factors which contributed to his impact. Like Socrates, Garvey geared himself for his cup of hemlock, like a Christ on his way to a blood-stained cross. Before his death, however, in 1940, he would have the satisfaction of knowing that a squalid century after the emancipation of 1838, the men and systems against whom he fought such a good fight had lost forever their footing on the ladder of imperial and economic power. Marcus Garvey left you a special message, my children. Let no voice but your own speak to you from the depths. Let no voice but your own rouse you in time of peace or war. Hear all, but attend only to that nothing that is common to humanity is foreign to me. Garvey endeared himself to his thousands of listeners when he dramatized and immortalized the heroes and heroines of Afro-American history. Through the power of his oratory, Garvey showed them that Sojourner Truth and Harriet Tubman were equally deserving of a niche in the Hall of Fame as Martha Washington and Betsy Ross. They were made to feel that the muse which inspired Phyllis Wheatley was no less fine than that of Elizabeth Barrett Browning. The black poet Paul Laurence Dunbar was made to take his place with the great poets of the world. It was seen that the African General Hannibal surpassed Napoleon in military genius, and Toussaint Louverture and Antonio Maceo were worthy of comparison with George Washington and Lord Kitchener. Marcus Garvey's spellbound audiences heard that Crispus Attucks was as great as Patrick Henry, and that the Ethiopian Queen of Sheba outshone Britain's Queen Victoria in the splendor of her court. Solomon, in his wisdom, towered above Gladstone. King Menelik was more than Abe Lincoln. Never before had the descendants of the slaves been so uplifted. Marcus Garvey delivered that message, and all the world wondered. Africa for the Africans, those at home and those abroad. It was the same message delivered 4,000 years before by the Jewish patriot, "Let my people go." Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of his journey, we pause to assess his work and worth. We find that Marcus Garvey has left us of the Black Moses. Then millions of black men, women, and children will make the pilgrimage to his shrine in Jamaica, for they will have come to pray and kneel at the tomb of the father of African independence. Oh, he vowed to win his race its destiny, to lift them up from ignorance and hell. With deathless courage, fashioned victory, fighting on equal fair. What if he failed? He's gone, 'tis true, but history yet will tell that Marcus Messiah Garvey did his work, and he did it well.
But I intend with your help and God's grace to continue. But my work has only just begun.
And the great man on the program tonight. Yes, man. Of course, all roads will be leading to Irie FM on Sunday. Yeah, man. Make sure on the day, you know, because you don't know it's another grand year of celebration for the life of the late, great Marley Moo, Marcus Messiah Garvey. You don't know this is a cutting edge, you know, and we're opening the lines now, you know. So anybody out there in Radio Land and want to have a discussion, you can call us now. Call us now because the lines are free. You can get through and talk to me. Let us have a conversation. Anything you want to talk about, anything. Politics, world affairs, Garveyism. Yeah, man. Just call in now, man, and let us have a discussion. Seeing my peeps, and we are taking calls for the immediate, future on the program. And then, of course, we'll go until 2 o'clock tonight to continue to feature some songs on Marcus Garvey, features as well on Marcus Garvey. But call us now if you can, and let us have a discussion. Saying, men of character, men of purpose, men of confidence, men of faith, men who really know themselves. I have come across so many weaklings who profess to be leaders, and in the test, I have found them but the slaves of a nobler class. They perform the will of their masters without question. To me, a man has no master but God. Man in his authority is a sovereign Lord. As for the individual man, so of the individual race. This feeling makes man so courageous, so bold, so as to make it impossible for his brother to intrude upon his rights. Yeah. So few of us can understand what it takes to make a man. The man who will never say die. The man who will never give up. The man who will never depend upon others to do for what he ought to do for himself. The man who will not blame God, will not blame nature, will not blame fate for his condition, but the man will go out and make conditions to suit himself. Oh, how disgusting life becomes when on every hand you hear people who bear your image, who bear your resemblance, telling us that they cannot make it, that fate is against them, that they cannot get a chance. If 400 million Negroes can only get to know themselves, to know what in them is a sovereign power, is an authority that is absolute, then in the next 24 hours, we would have a new race. We would have a nation, an empire, resurrected, not from the will of others to see us rise, but from our own determination to rise, irrespective of what the world thinks. Yes, man, we're delving into the philosophies and opinions of Marcus Garvey. It's Marcus Garvey Week. And of course, our roads will be leading to IRFM on Sunday for the celebrations of Marcus Garvey. Yeah, man, some interesting things happening in the world.
Mr. Roger Hasfal.
Yeah, man, great. What's up?
Honorable. I give you a thing from now, I give you honor from now.
All right, sir. Respect.
Yeah, man,
you
I listen to you quite some time now, and every field where you touch it, you play a great role, So,
yeah, man, try my best.
Big love and to carry on your duty, what you do right now. I'm going to tell you, say, you have enough continue your program. When motor carry go 50 years, so big up Mutabaruka. Anyway, they know this world. Big up Miss Jackie, maybe Taraka, I heard about so big up to him that me up on the radio. She did up on Kaiser Sport Club or the see me. I want to say big up to Mr. Young. Carry on Marcus Garvey legacy, And big up Marcus Garvey, see me. Call it now. them have a thing up our Area FM birthday at the first. Mr. Young son that a child in born from Marcus Garvey there. So you see, say Jamaica a be a history a create and a we create all of that. You see?
True, man.
And so that me have to say, I'm going to say big up to all the listeners, them and big up everybody who work at Area FM. And thanks to Area FM again, they educate you because you work what Area FM do right now. Marcus Garvey did I do it back in the day. So I'm glad to know that there is somebody out there to carry on the work CMA and continue contribute toward Marcus Garvey legacy and Area FM number one because look now, I own keeping birthday every year. You see me? So now look towards to make it up. This Sunday coming, Run Road Bars from Orange Hill, Brownstone represent Buxton CMA. Big up my father, Jeffrey James, I listen right now. Big up my wife and I bet I listen CMA. Simon, big up yourself. Big up to all I listen and continue to do what you do. And I believe in you. I remember me tell you, 1 year when I have spoken word before the program done, please. You're doing a great job in that field to Mr. Hasfal.
Certainly.
So big up again and see you travel upon the gravel.
Yeah, man.
And just put God first in everything what you do, Mr. Hasfal.
Respect.
Yeah, man. Everything.
Orange Hill, yes, sir.
Orange Hill, man.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
man.
on the night, I will talk again. Because you know,
Upper Roundstone side there.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Yeah, man.
St. Hilda's Drive, that's a yacht. That's a CMA.
Yeah, man. Bless up Orange Hill, man.
Yeah, man. Run Road Bars, Froggy. I heard the whole world are crying.
Yes, man. Bless up.
Every time.
All right, sir. All right. So, we're heading towards another commercial breaking on. Boy, the way the commercial things stay, what I like, we have a little discussion on certain things, but, we have 2 minutes, but so we see here internationally over Africa where the port of Lomé in Togo, now we see it is becoming increasingly strategic as rival global powers have made some moves to secure access to the region. So access to the region include places like landlocked areas like Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. And the deep water port offers unrivaled maritime access and proximity. Now, reports in recent weeks said the U.S. Embassy in Togo has stepped up its economic and diplomatic outreach, with the charge d'affaires, Richard C. Michaels, touring parts of Togo and promoting agriculture as a means of job creation. Now, I find the move suspicious still as a Pan-Africanist, So the clearest signal of U.S. interest came during Michael's July 21 visit to the port of Lomé and Lomé Container Terminal, where he's said to have pitched American investment in logistics and infrastructure as a win-win for both countries. His visit, according to reports, came after Togolese and Russian defense officials signed a bilateral military cooperation agreement in June, focusing on joint training and equipment supply to Russians. He said reflects Togo's strategic value, not only in coastal logistics, but also in inland and security operations. So you see it, America and Russia have a strategic interest right there. If you look on the map, Togo is situated between Ghana, Benin, and Nigeria. And, that looks to be a strategic. But you see, we always have an issue, and we're upon the breaker right now. More expound on it. But, I have an issue because I can't understand why African leaders cannot come together for them kind of strategic things for themselves. But we're going to take a break and we come back. Of course, it's Marcus Garvey night here on the cutting edge, So we back in a short while from this break here on the cutting edge on IRA FM.
Well, for ones and ones, I about the deport thing. But I did not talk about since night.
Well, Marcus Garvey was deported to Jamaica?
No, the deport thing.
The depot. Yeah, where's it? Yeah.
I say I will for one all over the parish, all over Jamaica, but them can go for only Kingston alone. We do that.
Oh, I think they have a registrar in every parish, I would think.
Parish, that's supposed to be.
They have a registrar in every parish, you know. So what you can do still, you know, is you have access to internet and everything there?
Yeah, man.
All right, jump on the Registrar General Department website and you can search for it, or you search for a number and you give them a call and, you know, ask them, you know, if they can put it to that department that deals with them, that stuff. Because according to what Melik said tonight, it is not a difficult process again.
Yes, I listen to him, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen to him and hear. That's why. And a portion I want over the parishes, them don't like to know, but
yeah.
Them don't know where to get the contact.
Yeah, man. He made a revelation tonight that it is not that difficult again. It used to be difficult, apparently. But, you know, advocacy for it and so on, it appears that the registrar department now is there for persons who want to do that to make the process simpler and easier. So persons can take up that offer.
Yeah, the one I like, you know, every parish have supposed to have a representative, attorney general, somewhere about that.
Yeah, man. If you have access to the internet, man, just go up on the registrar department and check out. Even if you get a phone number and make 2 calls.
Yeah.
You know, because I know say a lot of people would jump on that if then but the process is that simple, you know?
Yeah, man. And one thing again, I want to, you know, if you see the people, them we have called people squatters.
Yeah.
Them to stop it, man. Them to stop it.
Yeah.
Because everyone have a right to the land for them there, you know. And something like a machine make, you know. Create a natural creation. Yeah. And if one is there and have a right to peace and land, and to why so much people should want to take up all light and do as them like with it, and other people are suffer and perish over. Just have a little food raiment and shelter over them head, you know.
Well, one of the things when we hear being pushed in recent times is that there's a push to, because you don't know, say, if after slavery, you know, I mean, when people went on land, there was a policy that after you can have access to the land after 60 years. So I hear, you know, arguments that them want, you know, you don't know a politics season now. So, politics season now, so them I say.
People, you know, because you can't call people squatters. Take one to know the other. If them never see themselves as squatters, they couldn't call people squatters. Who give them the opportunity and that loyalty to call people squatters? And disrespect that to black people, you know, man. Total disrespect. Yeah, we need to share things and right and proper. We love take over and still out there. I want like we want to grab this and greedy and where would that put that? Those cause more meeting of people like cause more danger to other people.
There should be fair distribution.
Yeah, man.
Fair distribution for land. We reach a stage now where there can be fair distribution. Yeah, man, we don't know because we know the history that when after a certain time, after slavery, we never really get nothing as people, so we had to jump on what we see. So I saw the whole squatters terminology come down, you know. Because I mean, yeah. Because we never get nothing, not even land where they get. On certain free places like Sligoville and Kitstown and Freetown and them things that did, you know, where like the missionaries them did buy out and give to the people them, you know. But outside of that, man,
all of it kind of comes to speak, you know. So how come someone some bad people just take it over and call people squatters? If them never see themselves as squat, them couldn't call people that.
Yeah, man.
They need to stop the greediness, man, and get more love and more.
Yeah, man.
Everything of themselves.
Yeah, man. We need a fair process of how things should happen in Jamaica. We reach that stage now.
Too much dishonest in this man. Too much of that. And that's a cause to work for killing and work for this and disrespect to each other, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone, if you don't have this, you underrate people. You can't underrate the people. If you man like go down, if you can't help him, just leave him alone. I said, man, we are this is because I said, man, I've come here and save all the life for them time, you know.
That too.
So we can't just disrespect people and call them all kind of name, man. All kind of disrespectful things.
All right, sir. Yeah, man, I get you. All right, give thanks, yeah?
Yeah, man. Be of yourself, man.
All right, brother. Have a card online. Hello, good night. Good night.
Blessed night.
Blessed.
Raja.
Straight.
One asphalt in a building. Changa Beng, the real one.
Wagwan Changa Beng.
There, no brother.
Sin.
Yeah, you know, say me I read the Virgin a while ago and me I touch a topic for the land thing.
Yeah.
All right, remember saying Paul Bogle was the reason why police force introduced to Jamaica with the St. Thomas rebellion.
So? Yeah, out of the more be a war, them they create the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So protect protect the planter class.
Like, have the same motto, you know, serve and protect it. It was to serve and protect the interests of the
planter class. Yeah.
It wasn't for the people then. So in them time there in Jamaica, when that go on, when Paul Bogle defend land to the people then, you may really get some land, you know. But just after Paul Bogle get the land, then tell them bring in the thing in him land agency. And it they use and take with the land them, but little from the people them. In the name of Queen and government.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And the people, I don't want to the people in mind now. Steve Biko once said that the greatest weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. And that was a concrete talk, you know, Raja.
Yes.
Because the people are not giving their minds, you know, to the church and the state, you know. And now I realize if the Bible God.
But you see, when you touch upon that thing there about Paul Bogle and the same land thing, you know, it's how it started, you know, was that a man that trespassed on one of them same land there. Them same that trespassed on one of them same land there and them lock him up and carry him go to the courthouse on Amaran Bay and, you know, a terrible judgment they go against him and the people them that vex. And I saw them start stone the Amaran Bay. Start stone the courthouse down there. Yeah. Over the same land thing, the man. Because them say man trespass on land where,
the land,
you know?
The land is a fake organization, man.
Mm-hmm.
Set it up just like the National Housing Trust. Where the National Housing Trust come out, you know, and it's going right now. So man take it over and start doing some different things.
Yeah, because the original concept of the Housing Trust, you know, was for them original kind of people who just start through the tax did forget also out of that.
Yeah.
1976 and so on. So you find places like Waterford and Portsmouth and they're more like the early pioneers of NHT, you know.
Yeah, man, it becomes like a criminal organization.
And Westchester and more support more. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Real, man.
Yeah.
Roger, I know it's a different
thing now though. Mm-hmm.
I like to get the email. I'm going to send there one thing. I'm going to sing 2 verses out of the song before.
Roger at irfm.net, man.
Roger at irfm.net.
Yes, man.
All right. Roger, I'm going to sing 2 verses out of the song before I come out.
All right.
All right.
Of course, nobody do it, no.
No, Roger, you know that. All right, watch out.
Yeah.
Them tell you you got to make the vaccine. Them never tell you about the deal with the Chinese. Them tell you about a cashless society. Them never tell you nothing about digital slavery. Modern days vampires are hunt. Yes, blood them a search for see them they are come. As far as you can, my people, you have to run, because them come to suck your blood up front. Yes. Misrepresentation, politician corruption, them gaslighting the nation. Knowledge break the spell of ignorance. We need changes. Things can't remain the same. Black people, get up off your brain. We need changes. Things can't remain the same. As the country go down the drain. Go tell politicians things to fix up. We tired of the lies and the mix-up. Stop sell out the country for big bucks. Parliament greedy and gluttonous. That's why the Garvey no get educated. Instead, them get indoctrinated. Man, I show them booty and woman naked. How that Mr. Man they go date with it? Hey, misrepresented. I hate that in a Raja.
All right, sir. Sound good. Send it, man. Send?
Yeah, man. Never send it on, man. I can pass it on to the general team, man. We need a lot of you know. You're going to the program.
Yeah, man. Which part you there again, Changabing?
Yeah, man. Yeah?
Which part you there again? Where I call from again? Which side?
Spanish Town, man.
Spanish Town.
Spanish Town.
All right, Spanish Town. Big up, I'm a place that too, you know. Walks Road and them place there. Am I a place that?
You say they're going to walk this about a year and a half.
All right, sir. All right, man. Bless up here.
Fellow citizens of Africa, I greet you in the name of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League of the World. You may ask, what organization is that? It is for me to inform you that the Universal Negro Improvement Association is an organization that seeks to unite into one solid body the 400 million Negroes of the world, to link up the 15 million Negroes of the United States of America with the 20 million Negroes of the West Indies, the 40 million Negroes of South and Central America with the two. As you are aware, the world in which we live today is divided into separate race groups and distinct nationalities. Each race and each nationality is endeavoring to work out its own destiny to the exclusion of other races and other nationalities. We hear the cry of England for the Englishman, of Africa for the Africans, those at home and those abroad. There are 400 million Africans in the world who have Negro blood coursing through their veins, has been back of this unity. No one or no organization ever succeeded in uniting the Negroes. 4 million organized Negroes who are scattered in all parts of the world, be it in the 48 states of the American Union or no. We want to build up cities, nations, governments, industries of our own in Africa, so that we'll be able.
Garvey, another authentic recording from Marcus Garvey. And you know, down another speech now, him talk about Liberia, you know. And, you know, it always breaks my heart anytime I hear the Liberia story with Marcus Garvey where, you know, it was such a great plan and idea and plan that would have really uplifted the race if that plan would have gone through. And it was going through, you know, when Marcus Garvey decided was to send some people along in Liberia at the time, because I don't know, Liberia is one of those countries. In fact, it is one of the, it was an American colony. Because America did have a little piece of Africa too, you know, Liberia. But they used to send, like, you know, back in the day, people who them not want back in America, them send them back to Liberia. That little piece there, because I don't know, after the Berlin conference, Africa did share up. And who forget the European countries, when them forget America, they get a little piece too, Liberia. And they had a plan was to go down there and develop the rubber industry. And it was going good until some American influence mash up the thing and spoil up the thing. And you know, said the same white interests, they benefited. So the same thing with Marcus Garvey and in people them did that do. To expand and expound on the rubber industry. It was the same white people them who pick it up because of fight. And you don't know conspiracy. The president at the time, him and Marcus Garvey did good and all of a sudden they never good again. So you see the Liberia story there, it's a heartbreaking story for black people. Trust me. Yeah, man. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. You just touch base with Motor.
Yeah, but I'm here with the fourth theme tonight, you know. Next week you come back. Yeah.
Yeah, well. But they bring up because I did make him get wind of the fact about the bus them were coming at the island, the $1.4 billion was the bus. Mm-hmm. And he never really even know what going on. Really? And then they did make a statement that said, me see where the wife was the more rich of it them. That means
Which wife? Which wife?
That's a wife.
Oh.
Yeah, but the Jewish part, see the for a clip where I say, they must shift the bus, door them to the other side.
Yeah.
And I look for myself and say, you spend $1.4
$4 billion and you spend another $400 million.
Them the restructure, them the rephrase it and said that it's a part of the 1.4, you know. So I say, you know, sometimes the story then not straight, you know. But
yeah, it's not straight. Straight. And you have to see the one with the bus them. The tire them a bus out on road. You can see them cock out all over Jamaica right now. It wasn't even a good idea. And if them did one bus.
All right, hold on there. It is not a good idea for them specific bus there are generally for the school bus system.
Them specific bus there. And I point out another thing to him. And I said to him, look, them talk about school picnic. I go to pay $50. Look, in my community, them bus and I come. So the people them still have to go take taxi for the $100 go there.
Yeah, because you know, a whole heap of people get the feeling say a whole heap of people feel say the school bus system all go all in the nitty-gritty, the deep rural areas and it not go work. Because even the other day we see a bus down in Manchester there. Because you know them have a long some of them have a long hangover at the back.
Yes.
And when the bus go down in the hill for go up back, it's stuck.
It's stuck. I see it.
Yeah,
them too long. Them not ready for this road. I see them tear off, man. Mirror. I see them running now. One of them running out one garage. I see about 3 or 4 punch up on the road. Tires them not good. When
I see one of them more quick and reverse though.
I see when the PMP them did make the statement say it will kill off people picnic. And people say it was harsh. But the reality of it is that it going to happen. Because listen, them don't ever test them, they don't ever carry 110 and see what happened with the bus them before you flood the country with 100 of them. And now we are stuck on the cost of the bus. We have been overcharged $1.5 billion. Overcharged.
I think it is a good idea to have a school bus system.
No, the system.
The way how it done, and to get them kind of bus.
These are whole bus that are parked for them. We could have gotten them have shorter school bus. If you're looking at Mexico use the shorter one them. We could have gotten ton of those because we see where them retrofit them. We see a youth in the garage. I say, yo, see we fixed one already. And see some new one come here. And guess what them here? And the short one them coming up. Because nobody never try and do the feasibility study. No, say them not good. Look, Roger, when you go a gas pump, and this about 20 years this happen, you have to pay $5 a litre for gas for road condition. Where is all of that millions of dollars that we pay that the pump goes? We don't have road. The only road that is kept up in Jamaica right now is either the one where the tourists are run on or the highway them. Everything else is in a desolation. Well, the tax that we are paying, gas, the government, based off of how them do them thing, them start use up their money for do other things. So that's why we now see them kind of benefit. But we know that. You don't have to tell me that. Because right now, contrary to popular belief that the country is in a high position of wealth, we are at the bucket. We have the most loans. China spent $3.5 billion already. And none of that money not come in a cash. All of that come in a building. I build them a bill. Because when politicians in Jamaica get money, the money disappears. I can't be a joke. Back in the 70s, 80s, when the Japanese then come to have feasibility study. I remember, I'm at 60 years old today. And you remember when they did the feasibility study from Negril to Portland to build the highway, that are the North Coast Highway. The man them say it will cost $200 million. Everybody buck and shuffle. When the road started, $200 million done at Westmoreland. Not even Mantic, he just barely come over in a Mantic Bay. Then another company take it and carry come in the Discovery Bay Center region. And then the
the union take it from there, so can't go down. So a three different set of people literally end up because the money that was allocated in the first place finished at Westmoreland. That is how Jamaica running over my virgin. Everything has to. Yeah, man. So right
and it's all back as a country, you know. It's all back in a
come on.
serious
If it's
way,
all back, right, you know, we are so poverty that if you carry $20,000 to a supermarket right now and you have 3 kids at home, you can't buy things everybody eats because you have to look out to start your food. Let me give you a joke. I went to the clinic 2 weeks ago. And when I got on the clinic, the amount of people when me shake with cut off foot and dressing, diabetes a kill Jamaica. Poverty a kill we a starchy food. And when me tell you say the diabetic medication is not even there anymore. Because there was a time when we usually get something them called DNL and another one them called Diavesta. NHS stop carry them there. I just make farming them a carry nowadays. And make farming secure. What I mean secure? When you take it to feel like you want to turn over. And a whole heap of people is sick. So you have to still go out a street to go buy them medication there. Take it from the man. The country is when you talk, we spend a couple months at the hospital at St. Anne's, Virgin. I may have to look for the doctor and look for the marks and say, what you don't do? And you know what the doctor, the medicine tell me? Look, we're not there to heal people. We're there to find out what's wrong with them. So if you want to get recommended to a private doctor, you can always get recommended to a private doctor.
As I say, well, the truth, is that, you see, as much as there's this rosy picture being painted about Jamaica, the reality that for people.
Not the reality.
Especially on a micro level.
All of we Jamaicans sit down and listen to the news outlet them. And when they tell us say poverty down to most 7%, people don't realize, and then me hear them do a survey about them survey 1,000 people and the elder people them say how them now feel too bad. And me look at myself and say all of them the people are foreigners send remittance come give them. You remember in a COVID and remittance take over the country leading, earning. So basically
in Jamaica, what hold we up, is our resilience, not else.
Listen, every brother out here. Let me tell you one thing. We are the most self-hating people in the world because we can't come together. Can't.
Yeah, I thought about that.
We can't. You know what's going on in South Africa right now?
With the whole land thing?
They do that thing, man. What am I trying to run out the Zimbabwean and the Nigerians them and them and talk to the Pakistani and the white people them. So foreigners take over them place and can you believe this? This is right now in South Africa, And when we compare Jamaica with South Africa so much, because them love the white people more than they love themselves, Look how the Chinese them come in and settle, and they are so comfortable right now. We go around town the other day, I put a little shopping, and I tell you, I just some Chinese tour, me see, and I tell you, none of them feel really say right home about, I just feel cheap. What I mean, when you go to United States, because usually go up there, and the $1 store goods them we are safe, the Chinese store, them the cheapest things where we can have. Me don't know how Jamaicans sit down and satisfied with this kind of living.
Why?
What I tell you, it's tough.
Boy, I don't know how much longer we are going to continue to live like this.
No, so we're prime. We're prime for the revolution. We're prime for it,
Yeah, well, a revolution I go on already, A revolution I go on already. Just that, we just hope that it not get bloody.
And most people don't know what I go and say. Almost everybody in Jamaica, see, them do a survey already, The University of West Indies, and find out, say, 75% of Jamaica is literally mad, Because most people sit on way night and wonder where they might get even coffee, even tea tomorrow morning, even money to buy Alaska tomorrow morning, This is how bad it is in this country,
Oh, yeah,
There's no
in
water,
a
there's
debt and
no
all them
road.
things. Whole heap of people in a debt, some serious debt in a country, you know.
Oh, listen to me.
Yeah,
Me have a daughter, my dread. And let me tell you what she do. During COVID, my sister run up a debt. That is just to feed herself. And it run up to $500,000 throughout the period of time there. So we are trapped in a eternal loop of poverty.
COVID do a lot of damage for a lot of Jamaicans. I mean, especially with how it was being dealt with here in the country.
Wow, and you know, say 75% of the money that was allocated for help the population literally end up back in the government pocket. And
That's another story, yeah.
Me personally go on the computer and do my request. And them tell me, say, me not qualify. Yet still, I was a small business owner who was supposed to be able to get some form of help. And 75% of Jamaican get nothing out of this. But I mean, I tell you, I'm crying, you know, and see election I come here, and everything I get patched up. Me see some road I go up, and me tell one of my friends, you know, as soon as the next rainfall, you know, or some gully we are see, you know.
Hey, me going on some road, you know. Me going on some road in Jamaica, you know, man. How long I St. Mary there? Lord have mercy. You see, there's a major road between Arakabessa and Gill up that side there. I mean, I tell you, man, my God almighty. And that is a major road, you know. Because Gill is a major town in St. Mary, you know.
Okay, we have a main
roads. Some roads in Jamaica,
road.
boy. I mean, I tell you, boy, terrible.
We have a year one road right now from Discover Bay to Strattown. One time, them fix it and you see a ton of vehicles through it. Right now, a pothole that, you know. So
there's another road again, you see, from Sparling, we'll go through Borough Bridge and Ian Town and Alexandra and come back down to Brownstown. My God almighty.
I'm a drive through them places one time.
That is a major little road too, you know. I mean, I tell you, the people that can't go and go patch up the road, man.
Can you walk right down in a Chilani, you know?
Yeah, man.
Because one night, me...
Oh, God, man.
Me take a misstep, you know, when we catch a Borough Bridge and take the left there and turn down through there. And we catch a house in Spring, and we have to buy gas from one lady who has sell gas in a like her house, you know, because the bus run up. Yeah, I tell you. Them road them bad,
yeah, man, terrible, man. But give thanks still. You're call for
give
now.
Thanks. What next time?
Yeah, where you call from again?
Oh, St. Anne, I call from Trina.
Oh, St. Anne, okay.
Hey, yo, listen to me.
Yeah.
Well, you said this station, yeah?
Yeah.
Me are one of the founding father, you know. When groove music start, you know, me and Barrio here usually out there, you know.
Okay.
Because Barrio here, when the Chinaman, me and Barrio here did in a business, and when the Chinaman said to Barrio here, say, a man to go be a Barrio here, did and him say, and him come and him say, yo, but get a job to go with a groove, you know. So I hope them here go there because a man to go be in there. I work with an idea saying come. So one or few times me actually out there with him. That I when them a set up groove music, you know. So me and this man. So take care of you.
Bless up yourself.
Yeah,
all right. This is the cutting edge here on IRIA FM with hello, good night.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, man.
Hasfal.
Straight.
Why, me say you have me whole night.
Eh?
Good night, man.
Good night, man.
Blessed love. Yeah, I want to hear up Marcus Garvey and Bob Marley. Two man where I'm living at the past, living at the present, and living at the future. Man of all time.
Two sentence icons.
Yeah, man of all times, man.
Yeah, man, for real, man.
Yeah, man. So, look here now, man. They might gear up for nomination again next week, Monday.
Yeah, that time of the election season.
Yeah, man, they might run nomination again. I want
so
to
vote? You have a vote?
Oh, I?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm glad I love you ask me that question, the good question, because Really and truly, I listen, Yellow Cabo and Muta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen Cabo and Bongo Jerry Tree, man, in success.
Yeah, man. The whole history of the thing.
Yes, and him outline and these things is documented where people probably don't know things. Him just attack you out of head. Yeah, man, the way him outline how the garrison them designed by these politicians. I believe if people really listen to them thing, the people afraid to vote. If you know. Right now, we reach a one crossroad where people, them junk, me see the people, them make it look like say I want big holiday and I want sporting day and this election.
Election season usually looks still, you know.
Yeah, man, but listen to me, we reach a one crossroad where we have to make a serious decision, you know, because Mr. Hasfal, when me could have looked, me say nothing left for people, let me know, because me hear that and this and come out here that day concept people are get jobs, you know, but the little crumbs where them are get can't maintain, can't sustain the inflation rate where the thing reach, you know. It might sound good people are get jobs, but
yeah, the connected few will live good. The connected few will live good in Jamaica. The connected few.
Pardon me?
No, I said the connected few them will live good in Jamaica.
Yeah, man, the collective few. The majority, they might leave behind the economy, boom, but the people they might leave way behind where the people have don't find out that.
Yeah. So you find the political class and the original class who usually benefit from over a couple hundred of years.
Definitely.
Them kind of just the gap. Right now in Jamaica, you know.
Yeah.
That's what we see, you know.
Yeah.
And we still take a break. In Jamaica right now, there's almost no middle class right now, you know. It's either you're rich or you're poor.
Either you're rich or you're poor. They might come tell me about
there was a middle class one time in Jamaica, but that's not about again. Now because you drive a car and can wear some good clothes and look good and smell good and, you know, mean say you're middle class. You know?
Definitely.
So right now, based off of what happening right now, based off of what me see, a 2 class and a 3 class again, a 2 class. That you're rich?
You're poor.
Yeah.
You know what? I ask him if when him think about them, I tell us poor is crime. They say poor is crime, and he must say, I say no, poor cause crime. Poor cause crime, because if poor was crime, prison couldn't hold poor people right now.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir, man.
Yes, man. So
no left for poor people. One little sitting where people them did have to skim off, and these people right now, when I could have looked, you know, them never stop at that. Them did a search for him, get the hang like this thing, and then where them are congi, little people them know, you know, when them they're on them table and yam and the little crumbs drop for the dog them, because when them come tell people about them if you don't have 2 ounces of ganja or where they want Carly or 5-3, that come in like the crumbs off of the crumbs.
But it's a start. It's a start. That was a start still. That was a start. Because I remember you could have... No, I said that was a start, but I have to run. Yeah?
No problem, man. Bless up yourself, brother. You all about tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, man, there is tomorrow, man. Give thanks for a moment, yeah.
All right, yeah, man. Bless you. So we are getting out of here on the cutting edge tonight. This was Roger Concrete Hasfal holding the fort for Mota. You know, I said bless up to everyone who stayed the journey with us. We're glad to keep your company for the night. You don't know, so it's always an honor and a privilege to sit in here, sitting in a Mutabaruka chair and do a little thing. You understand? For real. So bless up Shane, you know. Yeah, man. Shane Clark, broadcast technician. Big up yourself, Shane. You don't know. 2 hours keep the people in company tonight, you know. Yeah. Bless up yourself, seeing. And of course, you don't know, so we'll be back here tomorrow for the Stepping Razor.
as Muta will also sit out that. But he'll be back next week, people, so don't worry. So we're there, I'll just go and hold the fort scene and just go and keep the peace. And you don't know, say, some interesting times in Jamaica with people. So just go and keep it positive. Scene. So we're standing by. I think his matrix are coming, you know, and I think I'm right. Or I hope I'm right, you know. Matrix are stepping in for doing thing. Yeah, man. So everybody, Concrete Hasfal signing out, keeping it positive. Scene, keep it positive, my people. Keep it positive. Link up tomorrow. Bless up yourselves.